I need to make a little more money and I would like to try something new. And you told me that you want to do insurance.
How long did it take you to get your license?
It all depends on how fast you study.
What was your initial investment?
My initial investment, I think it was like 150, whatever the cost was for the license.
How did you start off? What exactly did you do to hit your fast start?
The most important part is, first of all, nobody knows what you do now, right? I don't know where you start insurance. The important part is posting it, getting yourself out there, reaching out to your warm market, which is people you know. And once you build a foundation for yourself, people come. You can't stop doing the work, but people will find other people for you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Verity Insurance Podcast. This is we got a special guest here today. We got Michael Bombino. He's one of our agents that we recently just got started with him. And you know, this podcast, this episode specifically is going to be a little bit about his experience, where he comes from and how he got started, you know, in the past few months, you know, what it's been like 3 or 4 months that you've been with us. And yeah, I have a few questions for him, you know, just so he can start off. But yeah, thank you everyone once again for, you know, the consistent support, for commenting, for subscribing, for, you know, all those people that find this podcast very helpful for you guys. We hope that we all will continue to help you, and let's get going. So thank you for coming here. You don't have a meeting with us, bro. So, you know, I know that you just started in October. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about, you know, how you started, where you come from, where you were working at before, and how you're making that transition into insurance now.
Yeah, so definitely, you know, living here in Miami, everybody needs from what we start as a side hustle. You know, I also do work at the hospital. And so, you know, I remember working out with you one day and I was like, man, you know, I need to look for something else. I need to keep pushing, you know, I need to make a little more money and I would like to try something new. And you told me that you want to do insurance. And I sat on it. I thought about it for a while. And then it took a couple months later to where I texted you and I was like, all right, let's do this. I need a side hustle. I'm going to do insurance.
Yeah, I remember that we sat down in at the house because Mike is a really good friend of mine as well. Not just an agent, but he's one of our good friends, and him and his wife. And I was explaining to him, like, you know, like look at all the benefits that you can have from working in insurance. You know, no one wakes up in the middle of the day and just says, I want to become an insurance agent. Right? No one says that. But, you know, I explained to him the benefits about working as an insurance agent. I was like, look, you can make a lot of money in this. And, you know, I think one day, like you said, you were just like, yo, let's do this.
Yeah. I definitely saw what the capability was.
And how long did it take you to get your license?
I think it took me about a month. It all depends on how fast you study. You know, it's just about like 7 chapters of a course that you take. And then once you go and take the test and pass, you know, you have to apply to be able to sell for different.
What was your initial investment?
My initial investment, I think it was like 150, whatever the cost was for, you know, the license.
Now tell me a little bit about the past 3 months, 4 months that you've been selling insurance. You know, how did you start off? You know, when you started from nothing, you didn't buy any leads. What exactly did you do to hit your fast start? Because for those of you that don't know, as far as agents goes, we have a supplemental product that we offer, and there's a fast start that we use in order to motivate the agents and to sell, and so they can also make a good amount of commission, you know, in their first month initially. You know, in this industry, when you first start off and you don't see any money in those first few weeks, you kind of get like, you know, dismotivated. You don't want to sell. So tell me a little bit about that first month. What did you do to hit that goal? Because you're hitting less than 4 weeks. You know, tell me a little bit about that.
I think the most important part is, first of all, nobody knows what you do now, right? I don't know where you start insurance. The important part is posting it, getting yourself out there, reaching out to your warm market, which is people you know, right? DMing everybody, texting everybody, people you haven't heard of, every family member, even those you don't speak to, everybody, hey, I'm not doing insurance. Anything you need, let me know. And at first, it's this big text. People might think it's a spam, a random thing. But you keep posting, and now people are seeing you on the daily, like, oh, he really does this, you know. And then little by little, once you start building your warm market, you know, word of mouth referrals, they do work. If you do right by your clients will do right by you and bring you other people. And that's very important. And once you build a foundation for yourself, you know, people come. You can't stop doing the work, but people will find other people for you.
And what I've always told you, and we told this to all of our agents, but like, if you're only posting one time,
Yeah.
you know, that you do an insurance agent, someone, like you said, someone's gonna say, oh, this guy it's a spam, like, or he only wrote to me one time, and it's a spam, or it's a scam, you know, or maybe they see it one time, and like, oh, Mike is doing insurance,
And then
and
later,
they completely forget it because you only posted it one time. So, you know, what we always say to our agents, at least, is if you're not posting on social media, you're no one knows what you're doing, especially nowadays that everybody's on their phone,
everybody.
you know. And I think what you did was right. You know, if you don't have the initial money to invest into buying leads and stuff like that, because there's different routes that you can take in this industry. Um, if you want to, you know, be the most cost effective way, exactly what he did, you know, DMing people, calling people, messaging them, and just being consistent. That's how you hit it, bro.
Yeah, sometimes you see it as being annoying, but it's not. It's actually being consistent. And believe it or not, you might feel like you're annoying, and then you stop texting that person for whatever, a week or so, and out of nowhere they text you, hey, I need dental, I need vision.
Exactly.
You know, by the way, you know,
Because no one wakes up thinking like, oh, I need to get a health insurance today,
right,
or no, I need to get a dental today.
right.
You know, you go out and you found those clients, and then, you know, you sold 10,000 net annual premium in those less than 4 weeks.
Yeah,
So like you had that goal in mind.
yeah,
You had your goal, and you're like, I want to hit that. So because not only did that I give you what was it, like $3,000, $4,000 in commission,
yeah, about 3 or 4,000.
and you also won a bonus, and then you also went up in commission,
Yeah,
percentage.
yeah,
So like, you know, that don't, even though it's 5%, it still makes a difference.
it's a difference.
It makes a difference, especially when you continue to keep selling.
Strength in numbers.
Exactly.
One might not be the difference, but when you're talking about 50, 100, whatever the case may be, now that makes a difference.
And let me ask you, in the past 4 months,
Yeah,
including January,
including January,
how much have you made?
a lot.
This is ballpark.
I want to say within the ballpark for sure, more than 30 grand. You know, maybe even more. I might be lowballing.
And how much are you paying at the hospital?
At the
Cause I forgot to mention this earlier, but Michael also does part-time. He does the insurance, you know, I would say full-time,
Yep.
both jobs, right? Because
both, it's hard.
you work at the hospital full-time, he works 12-hour shifts,
12-hour shift,
12-hour shifts.
15, yeah.
And he does this also part-time because he knows that, you know, he doesn't want to work at the hospital for the rest of his life either. But he wants to have, like you said, a side hustle, and be able to build something that for himself, for his family.
Freedom,
you know?
from being able to work from wherever you want,
Exactly.
wherever you want. You got to put in the work, but it's nice to be able to close the laptop and go eat with my wife real quick somewhere, or stop at a coffee shop, take a little 30-minute break.
Exactly.
I can work from wherever.
Exactly.
Even traveling.
Exactly. No, and traveling, especially because, you know, if you wanted, let's say you can't at your job at the hospital, you can't just say, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off
Can't do that. You
and go somewhere. No, you have to ask for it.
you might not get it.
In this industry, it's totally different. You want to go take 2 weeks, by all means, go take 2 weeks. You know, but and I'm super proud of you, bro. It's $40,000. That's literally half. I think half of your salary at the hospital,
Probably, yeah.
right? More or less. And that's only in 4 months. So imagine what you can do in a full year. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. Like,
a lot of opportunity in insurance.
And let me see what other questions I have here. What product do you feel most confident selling right now?
The accidental supplemental from Washington National.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a very important product because, especially if people are very active, and here in Miami, everybody works out, everybody's active. You know, people who work in construction even benefit from it. People who operate heavy machinery, so any tradesperson, you know, it's very important because at the cost of an injury, you can get paid a big lump sum of money.
Right.
When you're hospitalized.
And what has helped you sell that easier or more consistent?
That besides that one, there's also a hospital indemnity, which is where you get paid for spending 24 hours in the hospital, no matter whether it's accidental or illness related, and just making that important. So, you know, we go over the out-of-pocket max and stuff like that, and for a lot of these bronze plans, which are the ones that people can afford, the out-of-pocket max is still about 10,000, 9,000, right, depending on if you have a family in there or not. But so now they see, okay, well, I'm paying for a plan, but if I were to get hospitalized, I still could be sent a check or whatever, a bill for this amount. It's nice to might as well make sure that I'm covered.
Exactly.
from all angles, as I like to say.
Exactly.
Some people get both policies, some people get only one, depending on the needs of the client. But once you emphasize the importance, and I believe it because I see how important it is with the little time that I've done this and my clients who have benefited from those claims, that kind of helps push it. And it becomes easy because it's a necessity and you're really helping people. You're not selling a product, you're protecting pockets.
Exactly. And then something that I wanted to add, I hadn't told you this, but yesterday we were at that convention, and like they had said something. I think it was along the lines of like, we don't just sell health insurance.
Yeah.
Like when you don't want to, because a person that only sells the ACA and the Obamacare, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
they're just a policy enroller.
Right.
Is what I think is what I heard.
Yeah.
I mean, all they do is just process enrollments. Let's say
That's
so like when you're selling these type of products, you're giving them the full advantage of really benefiting them and strategizing for them exactly what they need for their needs. Because if you're just going to sell them health insurance, they're still responsible for something, like you just said.
Yeah.
They have a maximum out of pocket. They still have deductibles. They have to pay co-pays.
Yeah.
So that's where those type of policies come in, and they can protect them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if they don't have it, they're gonna have to. They're gonna, and everybody has this bad conception of insurance, thinking that they just pay more, that they're not gonna have to pay anything at the moment of losing the insurance. But it doesn't work like that. You're always gonna have something that you're gonna have to pay. And let me see what other questions I have.
Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Exactly.
I've seen that too.
Exactly.
In the little time that I've been an insurance agent.
So, last question: where do you realistically see yourself by the end of the year if you stay consistent?
Oh, wow. I mean, I see myself completely leaving the hospital, obviously being able to make an income surpassing what I make now, for the financial freedom and the freedom to work from wherever. Hopefully I see myself with a team under me. I would love to help people make a change for their life. We get accustomed to the same daily routine and we get kind of a little upset at ourselves when there is something you could do. We just have to apply the pressure and put forth effort into making it happen. So I would love to have a team under me, obviously guided by you guys. Verity is the best agency out there. Over here, the ambiance is different. You come, you make a cafecito, we play some music. It's a very family-oriented agency, which is awesome too, from what I hear other agents out there, having to either hit a quota or they're not happy or they're stressed about something or people holding commissions or whatever the case may be. I'm like, wow, I don't really have to worry.
Well, yeah. And I think we spoke about that like a few episodes before, that, like you said, like holding commissions and I doing some sketchy stuff, and it's like, why? What's the need?
What's the need? Yeah.
And that's like, you only been in the insurance industry for 4 years, 4 months.
Yeah.
I've been in for 5-6 years already, and the things that I heard is like
Worse.
it's crazy. It's crazy, But let me see what else I got here. But thank you for sharing that. I think you could definitely hit it. You've been super consistent these past 4 months, and it's only the beginning. And I can only imagine at the end of the year where you're gonna be.
Yeah. So I'm excited for 2026.
2026 is gonna be totally different, and we're here to continue to support you every single step of the way, bro.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. I have great guidance. I feel very comfortable.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. And then let me see what else I got here. No, I don't think I got anything else. Thank you for being part of it, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
And then thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you guys got some good little nuggets from Mike and myself over here at Verity. We're gonna continue to be making these podcast episodes. If there's anything that you guys want to watch, any specific topic you guys want us to go over, make sure you guys leave it in the comments below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share it con tu abuela, your family, your friends, whoever needs this, send it to them. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.